Hi, so in this video, I'm going to try to take you through a demo which will give you a sense of all of the things that you're going to learn within this tutorial, right? Uh, so in this demo, we go through different stages of the user interacting with your SaaS application. And as the user interacts with your SaaS application, things will change on the Stripe dashboard, and we'll look at all these things. So one of the first things that is going to happen is that the user is going to sign up on your SaaS application, right? So during the sign up process, you will get the user's email ID. Now, of course, the user will give an email ID, password, maybe some other details. But for the sake of simplicity in this demo, I'm going to show you the process of taking that user that is created, getting that email ID, and creating a customer at the end of Stripe for that corresponding to that particular user. The intention behind doing this is that Stripe provides a really nice no code billing dashboard from where the customer can download invoices and change their plan and so on and so forth, which we will look at a later stage. But in order to do that, the first step is that when the user creates an account at your platform, we are going to create a corresponding customer entry at Skype's platform. So as you can see over here we are in the Stripes dashboard and there is basically nothing, right? There are no customers. So let's create the first customer. It's called I love your SaaS at gmail.com, right? Now, application is a React front-end application. There is also a server that is running, a node server that is running. It's a very simple Express server that's running. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create customer. And as you can see, two AJAX requests are fired off. We will go over the code of all of this in the article. And this customer is created at Stripe's end. And this is the customer ID that we have got back. So let's refresh the Stripe panel over here and have a look at that customer being created at Stripe's end. Okay. So the Stripe, we refreshed, and here we can see that the customer I love your SaaS at gmail.com is created. Now this customer has not really, signed up for anything at this point, but they have a customer ID ending at FT, and that's the same one that we have here. Okay. Now the user is going to evaluate your SaaS product, and at some point they're going to say, hey, I would like to go ahead and purchase this particular SaaS product. I want to sign up for a recurring subscription, right? So that's going to be stage 2. Now that we have a customer ID, we can create a link where the user will go ahead and fill in their credit card details, etc., and become a paying customer. So these are the different plans. And what I've done is that on the Stripe dashboard, through that point and click interface, we have created 2 different plans. So here we are going to hit buy now, $14 a month. And what's going to happen is that we're going to get redirected to a Stripe managed page. And since this customer has already registered with us, you can see that their email ID is filled out. Now the Stripe documentation provides this really helpful page where it talks about all of these different cards that you can use to test things out. So I'm going to select one of these cards and I'm going to go back to my page and fill in some dummy information, which will get the transaction to work. Name on card, so customer 1, we will call him, United States, address line 1, address line 2, city, Massachusetts, zip code, and okay. So we have everything we need. We hit subscribe. So at this point, we are actually initiating the payment that is happening, and we are capturing the money, and we are getting the guy signed up for a recurring billing. So finally, at this point, what happens is that the customer has signed up. So let's look at the payments tab within the Stripe dashboard. And over here, you will see that I love your SaaS at gmail.com has actually created a subscription right now. And we can go back to our customers tab over here. And if we refresh it here, you'll see that this person has signed up for this $14 subscription. Now, here's the last stage. The customer interacting with your software says, hey, I need an invoice. Hey, I need basically to change my plan or whatever the case may be, right? So we have the customer ID already inside our database. So now what we need to do is we need to create a link which will send the customer to their billing portal, where they will be able to play with all of this information and set it up exactly how they need to, maybe download invoices, whatever the case may be. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to take this customer ID over here. Actually, it will come from the DB. And over here, we will say, go to billing portal. So a link is generated again, and we are sent to the Stripe billing portal. And I will show you in the tutorial how to customize all of these things. And over here, we're going to do these different things. Like, for example, we can say, hey, there's an invoice history, and I'm going to click this button, and it's going to give me this invoice. So Stripe gives you all of this stuff for free, where you can download the invoice, etc. And here we are going to say update plan. So this is our current plan, and we're going to say, hey, we want a runner actually, and then we're going to say confirm. So now the new plan is set up. At this point, the guy might say, okay, I want to go back. So he goes back and he comes back to our application. Now let's come back over here. As you can see, it's the starter plan, $14. Let me refresh this, and let's see whether we can see that the customer's plan is updated to runner. So here we can see that the next billing is going to happen with $14, right? I clicked on it too fast, but yeah, see, it's currently active on runner, but he's signed up for starter right now. So that's the currently active plan, but this will be this. So you got a sense of what the billing portal is also like. Now, the last question that you may have is that, okay, as the customer is doing all this stuff is happening on the Stripe control pages, right? So how do I know that he changed his plan? How do I know that he signed up for a particular product? I don't know any of this. So what I can do is that what we are doing is that basically the Stripe events that are running, basically all of them are coming to a webhook that we have set up, and all of which is something that has been covered inside the article. As soon as the events occur, each of those events are getting hit on our server, and those events have all the information about plan being updated, etc., etc. So you will see all of these things in the article, but this should give you a good sense of all of the things that are going on with our integration with Stripe and how you can set up a subscription.